Hey guys, what is up? I hope everybody's been having a great day. Before y'all do anything, please do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to keep bringing you guys great content. It's awesome, so you guys are loving it. And we are at TPC POTOMAC up here in Maryland, and I'm joined by my coach, Najar. Subscribe to him as well. I'll leave a link in the description. So this course is a host of PGA Tour event. Absolute beast of a course. We're going to be playing it all the way back. So it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to showing them, some shots and maybe some tips and tricks along the way. So it'll be a lot of fun, I think.
Definitely. And for those of you watching, TPC POTOMAC's generally one of the toughest venues on the PGA Tour. You'll see scores typically around 14 under par here, which is certainly tougher than most of the venues. And they'll be hosting the 22 Wells Fargo Championship. Kyle's going to have his work cut out for him, but his length advantage on this golf course should set him up for some great opportunities on the par 5s as well as some of the par 4s where he'll be able to easily get by the green or on the green. So enjoy the video, and we look forward to giving you some tips to help you with your game.
It'll be a lot of fun, guys. So that being said, let's get into the video.
Almost hit it too straight. It's a good shot though.
All right, so ended up hitting to the top of the bunker there and rolled down here. Got 119 left, and I'll be honest, I like that tee shot. I just didn't realize that the bunkers are that tight. So, but it's just part of it's a good lesson and why it's important to, have course knowledge and play practice rounds. So 119. I think we go with a 54 here. It should spin back a ton. See if we hit a good shot. Well, caught it a hair heavy. Definitely some tough sand. Got 40 yards left to the pin. Give it hitting a 54-degree wedge. And just so you guys know, this is just some light sand over the fairways. They just recently aerified, I think, the fairways. So it didn't snow, I promise you. But so 40 yards, gonna be hitting 54. Just trying to chase it up and get close to the hole. Alright, so honestly, I'm not too upset about that 5. I hit a couple quality shots. This is just going to happen sometimes when you're playing a course you're totally new with. That drive was exactly where I wanted to hit it. Just, caught that one bunker, and then tough sand there. Made a good swing, just caught it hair heavy, and then honestly didn't really hit a bad shot there at all on any of the holes, on any of the shots I hold. And that's important, guys. Do not mope on score. Just get in the process of hitting good shots, stay committed, and stay positive. That's how you got to do this. With that being said, we're on to the second hole, and it is 641 yards. So not a short hole by any means, especially in the wintertime. So I'm going to be taking driver and putting it just left of that bunker. All right, so honestly, pretty good tee shot. Didn't quite aim as far right as I probably should have. This tailwind. So the pin, blind shot. The pin is in that line right there, and about 285 downwind. So I'm gonna be hitting a 3-iron, and anything around the green would be good. Me aiming just right, and either get on the green or leave ourselves a fairly easy chip. Guys, that's probably one of the best shots I've hit this entire year. It's about 285. Here's where it landed, right here. And got myself about 10 feet left. So that's pretty awesome. The second I hit it, I knew that thing was money. And yeah, just when you're in the rough like that, you just got to take a rip at it. And yeah, that was awesome. So we got 10, 12 feet left here. See if we can make our three. So a bit of a disappointing two putt there, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just focusing on that second shot. I'm just gonna keep thinking about the positives. I did give a good pace, so that was a good thing. So on hole 3, 223 yards to the pin, bit downhill. It'll help when wind from the right, gonna be hitting a 7-iron. All right, so a pretty solid shot here. See the pitch mark, I actually just fixed it. But yeah, that was a 7-iron. 8-iron would have been the right club here, but again, that was a really nice feeling shot. Carved it in there nicely. So we figured we'd go into this a little bit, green reading, because it's very important. It's something that's probably a weakness of mine that I need to work on. And so Bernie will explain to you guys how he reads greens and how a lot of tour pros read greens.
So when you look at green reading, it's all about judging slope, and you can use your eyes, you can use your feet. There's a great system called Aim Point that helps you do your reads by feeling slope and then putting a number on it. So you'll see some players holding up fingers. And in this case, Kyle, you've got, first of all, you hit an amazing shot in here. And one of the unique features at TPC Potomac is these green complexes that are definitely difficult because there's lots of slope on them, and there's a lot of break on putts that might look flatter than they really are. So I'm going to walk down and I'm going to feel the slope, and I'm trying to feel how much side slope you're putting through. So I'm pretty much figuring out how much slope you're putting across to the hole, and it's at least 3%, probably closer to 4. So when we take a look at that using Aim Point, we're going to be out considerably left of the hole. So I want you to roll this ball, start it out right in here, and it will be breaking right towards the cup.
All right. And also, if you guys are looking for a way to practice this, the best thing about this system is you can practice it literally anywhere for free. All you need to do is get a level, just like any digital level, set it to %. And then just put it down somewhere in the green. And once you see the reading, just feel that with your feet. As you get better with these feels and you learn the system, you can really get good at gauging reads. So we figured I would explain that to you guys because it is a very important part of the game.
Pace.
All right, so left that bit short, but you can see that was good reads. So it makes me wonder how much better I can play if I had reads like that from a caddy. But you know, that's the exciting part, is hopefully we'll get that benefit one day. All right, now we're on hole 4, 450-yard par 4. Really pretty looking hole, and it's 330 to carry that water. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit driver. I'm going to aim at that tree right there, and actually, you know what? I'm going to aim at the right edge of that bunker and just play a baby fade with the driver. So let's send it. All right, so really smoked this drive. You can see the pitch mark right there. So to clear that water, it was about 335. So I think it's about a 365, 370 carry. You just absolutely pummeled it right at the flag. Got 75 yards left. You can see what we got left here. You'll be hitting a 62-degree wedge. See if we can hit it close. All right, so really great shot here. That's where my ball landed. You can see, got a nice little kick right. Almost got, man, if I hit that another probably 2-3 feet further, that would have been a nice 2. So we'll clean this up real quick and get on with the next hole. All right, so that was a great hole. All around really solid. And now we're on hole 5, 365-yard par 4. Definitely an interesting looking hole. And Bernie and I are kind of discussing strategy. So why don't you take it away?
Sure. Well, we know Kyle certainly can get to the green, but we're into the wind today, and it's a pretty tight hole here, and I think strategically we can just hit a long iron off the tee and set up a nice wedge shot. And a lot of times you're going to be faced with situations where you might take a driver at a short par 4, and what you have to ask yourself is how tough is that next shot going to be if you don't hit the green. And in this case, I think Kyle's better playing the odds, laying it back a bit, and giving himself a wedge distance he knows quite well and can make birdie with.
Yeah, and that's just kind of something you got to think about when you guys play as well. You know, you got to play the odds. A really good example on that last hole, the reason I hit driver, it completely took out the water. So now, you know, hopefully the wind doesn't get caught on this mic. Now I'm hitting a 3-iron because I know that it gets a little tight after about 280, and that allows me to pretty much hit it right at that big center bunker there and should have a wedge left. All right, well, I missed the fairway a little bit right, but you know, this is a really good example of why you hit shorter clubs off the tee sometimes when it makes sense. That was not a good shot, but if you look at the sheer amount of room I had to work with here, I'm still okay. And that's because I gave myself that kind of room. And I think, you know, that's probably one of the secrets of tour players is they are extremely good at giving themselves margins of error, because I cannot stress this enough. If you guys take nothing else from this video, remember what I'm about to say. Golf is a game of mistakes, and whoever's mistakes are the best managed will win the tournament. I think that's about as true as you can possibly say a statement when it comes to golf, you know. And I think, you know, would you agree with that? It's probably much more about mistakes and how you recover from them than it is about hitting great shots.
Yeah, if you can learn to miss in the right places and have the mindset that I'm not going to hit every shot perfect, but I'm still going to score from where I put my ball off the tee or by the green or wherever it might be, you're going to play some nice golf. If you're expecting perfection, this is a tough game to enjoy because it's rare you hit perfect shots. So play smart shots and you're going to score a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say it. That's how you win golf tournaments and how you play great is by setting yourself up to have room from error. Not like that shot on the second hole I hit, that crazy shot. That's not what wins tournaments, believe me. It's about hitting shots over and over with a high percentage that are placed deliberately in a spot where you know you can score. So we got 135 left. The pin's a bit in the back right. You can see the tip of the pin here. I'm gonna hit a pitching wedge. We have a bit of a headwind. I'm gonna hit a pitching wedge, take a little bit off it, fly it through the wind a bit, try to run it up the half pipe onto the green. So I missed it a bit right here, and you can see some extra shots here. So I actually hit a few with Bernie afterwards. So one of my biggest struggles is when I know, and I knew this pin was back right, one of my biggest struggles is being able to play to here, you know, away from to the fat part of the green, especially when it's like 140 into the wind out of the rough. You really just want to put it on the green. So that's why I hit a few extra shots. I really wanted to get that dialed in. It's very difficult, but my best solution there, find the line of your target where you're aiming away from the trouble, and just pick a spot in front of your ball aligned with that target and focus on that through your routine. A lot of people, when they look up at their target line, they'll catch a glimpse of the flag and they'll push it or pull it towards that target, which is something you don't want to do. So next time you're going to be aiming away from a flag because it's a sucker pin, pick a spot in your target line that isn't at the flag. Pick a spot a few feet in front of your ball and focus on that and just hit your shot, because then you won't be looking at the flag and you won't be tempted to go for a sucker pin. So I'm gonna be hitting a 62-degree wedge. See if we can hit up and down. right, so really good up and down there. I was able to get away with one. I can promise you guys, when they have the PGA VIN here, that will not be as easy as an up and down. So, but we'll take it. It's now on hole 6, 485-yard par 4. Can be taking driver right at that colored tree out there in the distance. Let's send it. All right, so hold it a bit left here, but not a bad leave. Really heading into a headwind right now. Got 204 left of the pin. Pin's in the back. So I'm gonna be hitting an 8-iron here and just aiming at the left center of this green, and really just try and put it on the center. Leave myself 20, 30 feet left for birdie. So let's see if we can hit a good shot. Well, I deposited a ball into their little creek right there. That was just a mental error. Really wasn't comfortable over that shot and really just kind of wiped it. So once I hit that shot, I knew with that wind it was gone. So it's gonna drop. You can hit a 54-degree wedge and see if we can bump it up onto the hole and get it close. All right, so a bit of a tough hole there. You know, that's golf. You really just gotta focus on staying solid emotionally when you have holes like that, because that can really determine how the rest of your round goes. So now on hole 7, 452-yard par 4. Gonna hit a driver, start at the right edge of that fairway bunker out in the middle and work it a bit left to right. All right, so missed a bit right here. Not a horrible spot, honestly. You can see the tip of the pin right over the left edge of that car path. I have 160. That was a tough drive because that wind was very stiff, so probably 15-mile-an-hour wind. Didn't miss that by much, just enough for that wind to push it. So our situation right now, pretty hanging slope here, 160. Gonna go with an 8-iron and just try to hit a little bit of a fade with a bit of a punch right at that pin. Alright, so that was a really good shot, guys. Yeah, that was really good, actually. I'll take that every day. Landed right here. Was able to get the hold a little bit. So we got ourselves about a 20, 25 footer. See if we can make it for our birdie. Well, still having a little trouble getting used to these greens. Made a good stroke, just got to give it a little more pace. So now we're on hole 8, 467-yard par 4, dead into the wind. It's gonna probably play close to 500 yards. Sorry if the wind is a problem for you guys, but you see the hole out there. Gonna be starting at the right edge of that bunker, working it right, left to right, the baby fade. Gonna be sending it with the driver. All right, so a little bit left here, but not a bad miss. 163 left. Really playing long, guys. Pin's in the front corner. Gonna go ahead and hit an 8-iron, knock it down a bit, just try to put it in the center of the green. Well, went a bit long, landed right there into a pretty big bounce. So a bit of a tough break there, but should have pulled it a little more left. Can be in a 54-degree wedge, so let's see if we can get up and down. Well, another tough hole, honestly. Not missing by too much, just having, you know, that's just golf, you know, that's all I can say. I'm not too worried though. I'm really happy with how I'm playing. So now in hole 9, 206 yards to the pin, all the way back. To be hitting an 8-iron, just try and put it in the center of the green. Well, just drew a little too much. Yeah, that's a tough pin location there. So probably gonna have to chip this. Probably looking at a 54-degree wedge here and just kind of letting it run out a bit. There's a lot of slope. So we'll see if we can hit a good shot.